and start with properties of enantiomers. So let us discuss properties of enantiomers. So what are properties of enantiomers? First of all, what about their physical properties? Now physical,
They have same.
like their melting point, boiling point, density, refractive index. Okay, so all these properties are physical properties that can be measured. Now, what about physical properties of enantiomers? They are same or different?
They are same.
They are same. So enantiomers, they have same physical properties, and since they have same physical properties, so we cannot separate two enantiomers. So we can't separate, if you have a mixture of two enantiomers, we can't separate two enantiomers by some physical method. Example of such physical method like
So crystallization.
crystallization, distillation. Okay. However, they have different optical rotation. They have a different optical rotation, or you can say they have a different specific rotation. Okay. So how different specific rotation or how different optical rotation? They rotate plane polarized light in opposite directions. Okay. So their specific rotation or optical rotation is equal in magnitude but opposite directions. For example, plus lactic acid has a specific rotation of plus 3.82 degree, while minus lactic acid, it has specific rotation of minus 3.82 degrees. So they have the same physical properties except direction of rotation of plane polarized light. And they rotate plane polarized light in equal in magnitude but in opposite directions. What about their chemical properties? What about their chemical properties? Their chemical properties are same or different? Now, chemical property means like rate of reactions, nature of product formed. So what about the chemical properties of enantiomers? They are same or different?
Sir, same.
The different.
Different or same? Now two answers are there. One is saying same, other is saying different. बोलो enantiomers दिया.
डिफरेंट होनी चाहिए नहीं सर
हाँ जी.
सर डिफरेंट होंगियां
Different होंगियां. No. Enantiomer. हाँ बोलो.
सर फिर ਆਪਾਂ ਪੜ ਕਿਉਂ ਰਹੇ हैं ਇਹਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਵੀ ਸੇਮ ਨੇ ਕੈਮੀਕਲ ਵੀ ਸੇਮ ਨੇ ਚਾਹੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰੀਏ ਚਾਹੇ ਐਸ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰੀਏ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ ਕਿਉਂ ਰਹੇ हैं ਸਟੀਰੀਓ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕੀ ਕरेंगे.
Okay.
ਅਗਰ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਸੇਮ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ
ਓਕੇ, ਇਹਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਬੇਟੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ.
यस
हाँ. So these enantiomers, they have same chemical properties. They have same chemical properties. That means if you take two enantiomers and if you do some reaction in absence of chiral environment, condition is in absence of chiral environment. So in absence of chiral environment, other chiral environment, if you take two enantiomers and if you do some reaction over it, it will have same chemical properties. It will have same rate of reaction and same product will be formed in absence of chiral environment. However, in presence of other chiral environment, now other chiral environment means if you put some other molecule to which it is reacting, that means another reactant molecule is chiral, okay, or that means another reactant molecule is chiral, or your solvent is chiral, or your catalyst is chiral. That means you are doing reaction of enantiomer in presence of some chiral environment. That chiral environment may be provided by other reactant molecule, it may be provided by solvent, it may be provided by catalyst. In that case, they have different chemical properties. In that case, they have different chemical properties and they have different rate of reactions. This point is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why they have a different chemical properties when they are placed in a chiral environment, when they undergo a reaction in chiral environment? Because in that case, activation energy or energy of transition state is different for two products that will be formed, or two or different pathways, or for different pathways, activation energy of transition state is different, and your transition state become distereomeric. Okay. Now next is their biological properties. Biological properties of enantiomers. Now, yes, here two enantiomers, they can have completely different biological properties. Two enantiomers, they always have completely different biological properties. Okay, one enantiomer, for example, one enantiomer, it may act as a drug molecule. Okay, one enantiomer may be used as a drug for some disease, while its another enantiomer may be poison. So you can see they have a completely different biological properties. And that is why we study enantiomers. That is why these enantiomers, they have great importance. Is it clear? Haji beta Rajbir?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? Enantiomers की importance से they can have completely different biological properties. जिन्नियां भी थोड़ियां drugs बनदियां ने, ठीक है, they are always tested for enantiomers, because if you give mixture, that drug may not be effective. Okay, and sometimes ਜਦੋਂ stereochemistry ने develop नहीं हुई सी, okay, there was one example of a drug, ठीक है, मैनू ना हुण याद नहीं आ रहा उस drug दा. One enantiomer of that drug, Okay, one enantiomer of that drug was used to treat some condition, but another enantiomer of that drug was poisonous for the pregnant ladies. It was doing miscarriage in them. Okay, so one enantiomer was acting drug, while another enantiomer of same molecule was acting poison, and it was later discovered that discovered the poisonous effect of that enantiomer. So your drugs, they are always tested for enantiomer, and your one enantiomer may have a different biological activity, biological property, and another enantiomer may have different biological properties. For example, nicotine. So if you take a nicotine, then nicotine also exists in a two enantiomeric form, minus nicotine and plus nicotine. Now this minus nicotine, it is much more poisonous than plus nicotine. It is much more poisonous than plus nicotine. Similarly, plus ascorbic acid, that is your vitamin C, is more effective as compared to minus ascorbic acid. Okay, so they have a completely different biological properties. Similarly, they can have different smells also. For example, plus limonene is plus limonene. It has a smell of oranges, while minus limonene, it has a smell of lemons. So they can have different smell also. So these properties are clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, nature ਚ ascorbic acid ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਣਾ fruits ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ? Plus ਜਾਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
minus ਜਾਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬੇਟੇ।
Sir, nature ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ fruits ਨੇ natural ascorbic acid ਕਿਹੜਾ exist ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ? Plus minus ਜਾਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਹੀ?
ਬੇਟੇ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਪਲੱਸ ਮਾਈਨਸ ਐਗਜ਼ਿਸਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬਟ ਨੇਚਰ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਸਿਲੈਕਟਿਵ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਨੇਚਰ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਸਿਲੈਕਟਿਵ। Maybe one of them is there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, nature is very selective. As I told you earlier also, जिन्ने भी amino acids ने which are present in nature, they belongs to which category?
L.
L. And जिन्ने भी carbohydrates ने all belongs to D category. So nature is very selective in its action. Okay. So yes, beta, any doubt up to this point? Okay.
Sir.
Kapil, beta. Okay. So can you tell me why enantiomers they have a different biological properties? Why enantiomers they have different biological properties? Why two enantiomers they have different biological properties? Can anyone answer? Okay. So let us see next diastereoisomer. हाँ बोलो.
ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਰੱਗਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਮੈਡੀਸਿਨਸ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਯੂਐਸਐਸ ਕਾਇਰਲ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਐਕਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਟੀਜ਼ ਸ਼ੋ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈ।
एंजाइम्स करके
एनाइन करके
एंजाइम्स ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਕਟਿਵ ਸਾਈਟ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ।
एंजाइम प्रोटीन्स अमीनो एसिड्स करके।
Yes, 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 yes. Whatever molecule it has biological properties like drugs or anything, it has to interact with our system. Now in our system, basically they interact with proteins. Okay, proteins like your enzymes. Okay, there are also proteins. So they have to interact with proteins, and there are certain binding sites. ठीक है, binding sites ਹੁੰਦੇ हैं जिथे that are also called receptors, जिथे थोड़े drugs molecules they get attached. Now, as we have seen, as I told you, all of these proteins, they are optically active and they exist in stereoisomeric form. Now, when this enantiomer they get attached to these binding sites. Now, enantiomers, earlier they were having only one chiral center, but when they get attached to these binding sites, they become diastereomers. And diastereomers, they have different physical properties. So that gives rise to different results. And these binding sites, they are also very selective. Okay, because they are also optically active, they are also stereoisomeric forms. So these binding sites, they are also very selective and they bind with only one kind of enantiomer. So one binding site may bind with one enantiomer, another binding site may bind with the another enantiomer. So that lead to different biological properties. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now next is compounds or molecules with two or more than two chiral centers. Okay, compounds with two or more than two chiral center. For example, suppose you have 3-chloro 2-butanol. So what is this 3-chloro 2-butanol? It is CH3, CHOH, CHCl, CH3. So now you can see it has two chiral centers. It has two chiral carbons. So if you have two chiral carbons, I can draw its how many stereoisomers?
4.
4.
Maximum number of stereoisomers are to the power n, where n are number of chiral carbons. You can write its 4 stereoisomers. So one will be this one. Suppose I put OH here, Cl here. Next will be I put Cl here, H here, OH here, methyl and methyl. Then third I can put chlorine on this side, hydrogen, OH on this side, hydrogen and methyl. And fourth I can write this. Okay, so you have 4 stereoisomers. Now, out of these 4 stereoisomers, what is the relation between 1 and 2? What is the relation between stereoisomer 1 and 2?
Sir, mirror image.
Mirror image है.
They are non-superimposable mirror images. Why I am saying non-superimposable? Because there is no symmetry element present. That means there is no plane of symmetry, no center of symmetry, and no alternating rotational axis of symmetry. But simple axis may be present, and it is present in all molecules. So this 1 and 2, they are non-superimposable mirror images of each other. So they are enantiomers. What is the relation between 3 and 4? Anji, 3 and 4?
So they are also enantiomers.
They are also enantiomers because they are mirror images of each other. But what is the relation between 1 and 3, 2 and 4? Okay. And yes. So what's the relation between 1 and 3 and 2 and 4? And of course 2 and 3.
Diastereomers.
They are diastereoisomers. How they are diastereoisomers? Because they are they are stereoisomers which are not superimposable to each other, but they do not have mirror image relationship. So they are distereoisomers. So compounds that consist of more than one chiral center, that means they consist of two or more than two chiral centers, they often shows distereoisomerism. And what's distereoisomerism? These are stereoisomers which do not have mirror image relationship. So those stereoisomers that do not have mirror image relationship, they are called distereoisomers. Now, what are properties of these distereoisomers? So what about their physical properties? Properties of isomers. Now let us start with the physical properties. Do they have same physical properties or different physical properties?
Different.
Different.
Two distereoisomers, they have different physical properties. That means if you have a two distereoisomers, they will have different melting point, different boiling point, different density, refractive index, and so on. So they have different physical properties. So can we separate two distereoisomers by physical methods?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can separate two distereoisomers by physical methods, such as crystallization or distillation or by chromatography. So this is very important point. Okay, so if you have a mixture of two distereoisomers, you can separate it by physical methods like crystallization, distillation, or chromatography. But if you have a mixture of two enantiomers, you cannot separate them by physical method. You have to utilize some special methods. What about their chemical properties? They have the same chemical properties or they have a different chemical properties? Bolo. They have different chemical properties towards both chiral and achiral reagents. Okay, so they have a different rate of reactions and different products in case of distereoisomers. And why they have a different rate of reactions and different products? Because if two paths are there in a reaction, both paths have different activation energy. Okay, so distereoisomers, they undergo reactions by different activation energy, by different transition state. So that's why they have a different rate of reactions and they give rise to different products and they have a different chemical properties even with achiral reagents. But in case of enantiomers, case was they have a same chemical properties, same rate of reactions when they react with chiral reagents. But when they are placed in a chiral environment, they give rise to different chemical properties. Why happens that? Because in chiral environments, your enantiomers, they become distereoisomers. Is clear?
Yes, sir.
Third point is whether they are optically active or inactive. Enantiomers हमेशा optically active होंगे. What about distereoisomers? What about isomers? What about their optical activity? They will be always optically active or inactive? What?
Sir, optically active हो सकते हैं,
Yes, they may be optically active. They may be optically active, or they may not. Okay, ਤਾਂ डाइस्टीरियोआइसोमर्स ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव हो भी सकते ने, नहीं भी हो सकते. फॉर एग्जांपल meso compounds, they are optically active or inactive?
Optically inactive.
They are optically inactive. Similarly, we already discussed geometrical isomers. They are also fell under the category of distereoisomers, and they are optically inactive. So your distereoisomers, they may be optically active, they may not be optically active. And last is their biological properties. Same or different? Biological properties.
Sir, different.
Of course, different. So two distereoisomers, they have different biological properties. So these were the properties of distereoisomers. So if you have n number of chiral carbons, then maximum number of stereoisomers that are possible are to the power n if no plane of symmetry is present. Okay, maximum number of stereoisomers कितने बनेंगे? To the power n. Okay, maximum number of stereoisomers are to the power n. On the other hand, if plane of symmetry is present, in that case there may be a meso compounds. So if there is a plane of symmetry in a molecule, and if there are n number of chiral carbons, and suppose if n is even, in that case total number of stereoisomers will be to the power n minus 1 plus to the power n minus 2 divided by 2, out of which number of meso compounds will be to the power n minus 2 divided by 2. So these will be meso compounds. So how many optically active will be there? If
To the power n minus 1.
Hanji?
To the power n minus 1.
To the power n minus 1. Why? Because total कितने to the power n minus 1 plus to the power n minus by 2. To the power n minus 2 by 2 किने meso. Meso are optically inactive. So remaining are optically active. And if n is odd, in that case the total number of stereoisomers will be to the power n minus 1, out of which meso will be to the power n minus 1 divided by 2. So that will be your meso structures. Okay. So you can write all possible stereoisomers for tartaric acid. Tartaric acid consists of how many chiral carbons?
2.
2. Okay, so you can write by yourself, or trihydroxy glutaric acid. What is trihydroxyglutaric acid? It is COOH, CHOH, 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 COOH, trihydroxy. So how many chiral carbons are here in this case?
3.
3.
3. So write down R total stereoisomers कितने बननगे? How many total stereoisomers will be there?
8.
हाँ जी. How many total stereoisomers will be there?
8.
8, sure. देखो
4
4
किस केस च कह रहे हो तुसी?
I am saying in case of trihydroxy glutaric acid, how many total stereoisomers will be there?
सर 4.
4
Why 4?
सर ओड के लिए फॉर्मूला है 2 raised to the power n minus 1 तो n 3 है तो 2 raised to the power 2
Yes, but maximum तो मैं 2 the power n क्या है? तो अपने 2 the power n वाला फॉर्मूला क्यों नहीं यूज किया?
सर जो कायरल कार्बन है उनका
प्लेन ऑफ सिमेट्री है।
Yes, plane of symmetry है. देखो ध्यान दे नाल. This molecule has plane of symmetry. And I told you if there is no plane of symmetry, in that case maximum 2 the power n. But if there is a plane of symmetry, in that case depending on whether n is even or odd, you will get different number of stereoisomers. So is it clear, bete? सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ?
यस सर
Yes, sir.
Try it by yourself. You have to do them. And
सर
हाँ जी बेटा बोलो.
सर एक डाउट है
हाँ बोलो बेटा.
सर एक्सक्यूज मी सर
हाँ बोलो बेटे आवाज आ रही है ਤੁਹਾਡੀ.
ਸਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰੀਕਲ ਆਈਸੋਮੈਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਆਪਟੀਕਲੀ ਇਨਐਕਟਿਵ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਲੀਨ ਦਾ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਕਾਇਰਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਟੀਕਲੀ ਐਕਟਿਵ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਬਟ ਉਹ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰੀਕਲ ਆਈਸੋਮੈਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਸ਼ੋ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਐਲੀਨ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਦਾ
ਕਿਹੜੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ ਬੇਟੇ?
ਸਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਾਇਸਟੀਰੀਓਮਰਸ ਚ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਰ ਆਪਟੀਕਲ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਸਰ ਐਲੀਨ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਦੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਾਇਰਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ बट वो ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म शो करता है ना फिर उस केस से तो ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव हो गया ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म.
1 minute. You are saying कि ਜਿਹੜੇ geometrical isomers ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ which are cis and trans ठीक है cis and trans. Suppose you have trans, for example say you have a trans 2-butene ठीक है. Now tell me trans 2-butene will be optically active or optically inactive? Trans 2-butene
ऑप्टिकली इनएक्टिव
inactive. Why it will be optically inactive? Why it will be optically inactive? बिल्कुल ठीक है बेटे, it is optically inactive. But why it will be optically inactive?
क्योंकि सर ज्योमेट्रिकल आइसोमेरिज्म से सिस ट्रांसफॉर्म ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ऑप्टिकली इनएक्टिव ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ.
नहीं बेटे it is not always a case. ठीक है, it is not always a case. Geometrical isomers sometimes may be optically active. ठीक है, sometimes. ठीक है, sometimes, not always. ठीक है. What is the essential criteria for a compound, for any compound to show optical activity?
तो कायरलिटी
Chirality. And how we detect chirality? How we detect chirality? Is it by calculator or by some other means? How we find out the
सुपरइम्पोजिशन
chirality?
सिमेट्री देखते हैं सर सुपरइम्पोजिशन.
हाँ, symmetry देखते हैं. We have to look symmetry and symmetry element should not be there. Only necessary condition and necessary and sufficient condition is absence of symmetry elements. That is your plane of symmetry, center of symmetry, and alternating rotational axis of symmetry. अगर ये symmetry elements किसी molecule ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ absent ਨੇ, it can show optical rotation. ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ 2-butene, cis-2-butene or trans-2-butene. If you take a trans-2-butene, what symmetry element is present there in that structure?
सेंटर ऑफ सिमेट्री
Center of symmetry. And because of that center of symmetry, it does not show optical activity. Similarly, if I say this cis-2-butene, then what symmetry element is present in cis-2-butene?
Plane of symmetry.
Plane of symmetry. And due to that plane of symmetry, it is optically inactive. But even if there is absence of if there's no symmetry present, okay, if there's no symmetry present, in that case, they can show optical activity. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Okay,
I
beta.
mean,
Do you have next class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will continue tomorrow with this.